at this competition this time, I entered two pieces, the HG Commander Custom and then HG Caliban. First, a little bit of backstory. This was actually part of a diorama that I was working on, and this came out the moment I finished it, so I completely dropped this to work on this, like literally in August. This guy took about 2 months to do. Some of the parts had to be recasted, like the eyes with resin. I would, take the original piece, create a mold for it, then do a resin cast of it. The resin, for me, it forces the LEDs to pipe through, like they disperse evenly. So I like to use resin as a substitute instead of the clear parts that tend to come with the models. So I recasted the eyes. I had to recast the thighs, the shoulders, the chest midsection, and use a transparent film where I was able to recreate the circuitry in Photoshop. From there, I just started putting it together. This has close upwards of like maybe 50 LEDs. Wow. I fell in love with the Caliban's brush because in the TV show, I just fell in love with it. And when I seen online, most people who would actually install LEDs, they would not light the brush. And so I wanted to, make it my own and actually light the brush, but also make it clean where it's not a jumble of wires.
Right.
And I'm happy with the results. I was able to install both features to where the Caliban can switch from its permit score 5 into permit score 9.
Green's 91 millimeter and shorter, and dioramas. So I'm all over the place.
So we have permit score 5, and it could just maintain that mode, doesn't change. And then, if you ever feel like it, you just switch it back. Starts from red, goes through the whole RGB color scheme. It starts off, all of the LEDs starts off together, it's the same color, but the happy accident, the LEDs actually fall out of sequence, so after one cycle, each limb starts going into different colors, which I was happy with. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, an unintended accident, but I'm really happy with the results.
How do you get the cycling and stuff with that, like just the LEDs that you buy? Do they come that way? Or
So it's called RGB LEDs, and what it is it's just there's no programming involved. They're set to cycle through the color spectrum, so it goes from red, Roy G. Biv, the whole color spectrum, and starts over. And so I just installed them into every area, the thighs to the pelvis, chest, all those areas to recreate the same effect that it has in the show.
Yeah.
So the benefit of it is you don't have to know a lot about LEDs. It's just more of a patience and, being surgical.
Did you have to carve out a lot of the guts of the pieces?
Oh yes. So to do this kind of work, there's a lot of hollowing. So an engraver is your friend. I got one for Christmas, and for my fiance, that thing it is a godsend. But yes, hollowing is a big deal. You want to have your Dremels, your all that good stuff, so you can actually snake the cables all the way through the limbs. Because one thing that I like about, or at least one thing I try to do with my models, I want them to be fully articulated. So these things can do every pose with the wires intact, and there won't be any shortage at all in the lights or anything like that. So, and
that's impressive. Especially with that many LEDs, doing it with one or two is it's still really challenging with one or two, but that's impressive. You must have used really fine wires and stuff.
So they come fairly small. Initially, I used to use, I still use them now. I use two vendors, Evans Designs and Lighthouse LEDs. I'm slowly favoring lighthouse LEDs a bit more because the wires are a bit more springy.
Okay.
And they allow for more give and bend, so you don't have to worry about it snapping if you bend it too much.
Right.
I still use Evans Designs, depending on the specific effects that I want. If I want to do a specific flashing, or sometimes I'll merge the two vendors into one model, like the Caliburn that uses both Evans and LED lighthouse.
Do LEDs on like all your builds? Or most of them, occasionally. Like I see both that you brought up today have some LED work.
So all of my builds houses LEDs, and within each build I try to surpass it and do something special to it to not only to make it stand out from other LED people that like to use LEDs, and to make it my own. So with each build I love to continuously improve upon it. Currently I'm working on the Full Mechanics Forbidden Gundam, and it is coming together quite nicely. I have some really great ideas, or at least on my handle, my YouTube page, Pencil Nights. I've been, I would catalog my process. I did it with the Tieran, I did it with the Caliburn, and I'm currently doing it with the Full Mechanics Forbidden.
Cool.
And so currently I'm finished with the main body, and now I'm slowly putting together the backpack, and within another 2 weeks I should be finished with it. I really wanted to have it here at this competition, but there was just absolutely no way I could finish
you
in
don't want to rush
time.
that stuff and then be not proud of the result.
No, not at all, not at all. So, but it's okay. I'll have it for next year, and hopefully I'll have more models. This year I only had 2 models. Usually I'll have 6, but this time just 2. And I'm happy with what I have, and I'm loving the competition. I mean, it's fierce.
Yeah.
This is like one of my favorite IPMSs to come to.
Right. Yeah, I was a ton of amazing builds.
Amazing LEDs.
I just
every time I see you at a show, you bring something new, amazing with all these crazy LEDs.
I appreciate that. That's like the driving fuel to do this type of stuff. But I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Instagram, same handle, Pencil Nights. YouTube, Pencil Nights. TikTok, Pencil Nights. Pencil Nights. Even the website. I'm actually my background is illustration, and I'm a 3D artist as my profession. So I'm also dabbling into 3D printing also for parts.
Nice.
So you can find me Pencil Nights.
Cool.
All 3 of them.
All right.
Facebook also. Yeah.
Cool.